Drum Alert Nation, I'm your host, Killer Keemstar. Let's get right into the news. Tfue is suing FaZe Clan. It just broke today. This is unbelievable. The Hollywood Reporter is reporting that esports pro sues gaming organization FaZe Clan over oppressive contract. Unbelievable. The article goes on to say this. Tfue says he's missing out on opportunities because FaZe Clan's unlawful activity in connection with a deal signed on April 2018. And he only gets to keep 20% of the revenue he makes from brand videos that were published on Twitch, YouTube, or any other social media, and only half of his revenue from touring appearances. Unbelievable. FaZe Clan was taking 80% of Tfue's money? Tfue makes millions. Then the article also goes on to say that Tfue says FaZe Clan pressured him to live in one of its homes in the Hollywood Hills with other young YouTubers, where he says he was given alcohol before turning 21 and encouraged to illegally gamble. Unbelievable. We even grabbed a copy of the lawsuit, and I knew right away I had to talk to Tfue to find out if it was real. He confirmed it was real. Then I reached out to FaZe Banks, and I said, I cannot believe any of this, and he said he is coming on Drum Alert for an interview. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are interviewing the leader and owner of FaZe Clan, FaZe Banks. Roll it. Ladies and gentlemen, I have FaZe Banks on the line, the leader and owner of FaZe Clan. When this news broke today, all right, everyone was shocked to hear that basically FaZe Clan is taking 80% of Tfue's money. Is this true?
Absolutely 1,000% untrue. The short answer is we have collected and earned $60,000 from Tfue since we originally started our relationship, which was about a year and a half ago.
Well, that's so definitely not 80%.
It's no, I don't even think that's 80% of what Tfue makes in a day. So that's the short answer. The long answer is this. So let me break down the math for a second. So 80% of prize winnings, I don't know where the that came from. We have collected a grand total of 0% of Tfue's prize winnings, $0 and 0 cents, absolutely nothing. We have collected nothing from his Twitch, his YouTube, absolutely nothing. Where the $60,000 comes from are 2 brand deals that we brought Tfue that we had taken 20% of, which is very standard. I mean, you know this in the world we live in, 80-20, a 20% finder's fee, and obviously we have a legal team and all that stuff.
It's usually somewhere between 10 and 20%. So I guess that would be maybe considered on the high end, but still, if you're bringing him the brand deal, you know, FaZe Clan should get a piece of that.
Honestly, 80-20 is pretty standard considering we do all the legal due diligence. We handle the contracts. We mediate the relationship.
Well,
we tell them what they need to do. I mean, it's the exact same thing I run myself with the company. If the company finds me a brand deal, anytime I've ever done a brand deal with full screen, for example, when they bring me brand deals, it's 80-20. I've actually never personally received a brand deal for 90-10. Let me know if you got people out there finding fire brand deals for that rate. But,
well, I would say that
either way, listen. I don't even want to you can ask me whatever you want. Obviously, I got nothing to hide, but $60,000 is the number.
Well, I would say that nobody would even be mad at FaZe Clan for taking 20% of a brand deal that they bring them. But people are DMing me and they're saying, you know, FaZe Clan's taking part of his Twitch sub money and stuff like that. Absolutely not. Listen, this is what fucking fires me up. And listen, I saw all you little fucking snakes on Twitter. I'm not even gonna name drop because I'm pretty emotional right now. Like this specifically, and I'm going to get into all that, this situation specifically with Tfue really fires me up because I've been so emotionally invested in this kid from the day that I met him. And anybody DMing you, we take the sub money, whatever. I mean, this relationship is between myself, my company, and Turner, right? Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't necessarily handle all the business stuff, and I know that this isn't aimed toward me. I haven't spoke to Turner. He hasn't tweeted anything out. I literally just woke the fuck up and I'm dealing with this stuff. But nobody has any idea what our relationship with Tfue is, obviously. People right now as we're talking, before you upload this video, think we've probably collected millions and millions of dollars off this kid.
I mean, obviously, Tfue has made millions.
These are the millions of dollars per month, multiples of millions of dollars every single month.
Right.
Okay. I'm not going to give an exact number because that isn't my place, but he's making an absurd amount of money, and what we have profited off of him. And think about this for a second. Think about all, because you specifically know my relationship with Turner, my intimate relationship with him, and I'm going to get into that in a second. But imagine that. Imagine this kid has made a gross amount of money, and we've collected a grand total of $60,000 from him.
Well, not only that, but also FaZe Clan pays Tfue a salary every month, right?
Well, we'll get into that. We do offer him a salary, but he hasn't accepted it. I'm gonna get into all this. I'm gonna lay it all out. Yeah, no, he is offered a salary. We've been in renegotiation with him since basically the beginning. I'm just gonna bring it all the way back to the beginning with Tfue, okay?
Right.
So for those of you who don't know, you've probably never known who Tfue was before he was in FaZe Clan. You've probably only ever known FaZe Tfue, because when I met Tfue, I think he averaged around 100, maybe 150 viewers on Twitch. He's been a long-time Twitch streamer. He's a multi-platform pro. He's the greatest.
He joined on April 30th, and we have his Twitch stats here. When he joined his FaZe Clan, his Twitch views just skyrocketed. You can see right here, looking at the Social Blade. Also, same thing on his YouTube, which I'm throwing up on the screen now.
Listen, dude, we're gonna get into all this, and this isn't how I want it to be at all. Like, I really don't. I fucking love Turner. I still do. I have my suspicions on where this lawsuit came from and where it came to be. Turner has a dad who's like kind of a dadager. He's like his manager, and he's his dad, and his dad's pretty out there. I love his dad too. I met his dad, hung out at his house for a weekend, but his dad's fucking out there, man. He's pretty wild. The numbers this guy comes up with, and some of the stuff that this guy says is crazy. I honestly don't believe that if Turner signed any sort of lawsuit, I don't believe that. I for sure know he did not expect this to be public. I know it because it's just not in his best interest for any of this stuff to come out.
It seems like he did an interview. It seems like he did an interview with who broke the story here, the Hollywood Reporter, and at one part, it not only says that, FaZe Clan was taking 80% of his money, but it also says that FaZe Clan pressured him into moving in one of the mansions and pressured him in.
Hold on. It said something about him. He did an interview about this.
Yeah.
Okay. See, like, again, if that's the truth, then I'm just heartbroken. Like, I mean,
the statements appear to be coming from Turner, and it says.
Listen, the fact of the matter is Turner's unhappy with his contract. He's under his original contract from the beginning of when we signed him, when he, like I said, when he was getting 100 viewers, right?
Right.
We haven't collected on any of the stuff that we had in there, like his Twitch, his YouTube. We've collected nothing, and we've told him we plan on collecting nothing. Let's get to a new contract that you can appreciate, that we can all be happy with. We don't want to lose you. Fucking obviously, I love the kid, whatever. But if that's the truth, I mean, that fucking.
Well, the article says this. The article says this. Tfue,
I want to touch on that pressure thing real quick.
Though, well, let me read it. Let me read the statement to you. It says Tfue says FaZe Clan pressured him into living into one of his homes in the Hollywood Hills with young YouTubers, where he says he was given alcohol before turning 21 and encouraged to illegally gamble.
Illegally gamble?
That's what it says in the article.
Don't know what that means, illegally gamble. I literally don't even have a thought in my head as to what that could be about. Listen, this is all bullshit, though. Remember when I told you I met Tfue when he had 100 viewers?
Yeah.
I watched this kid every day. I played with this kid every day. I ran into Juke Squad he told me that he was Tfue's brother.
Right.
I started pretty quickly. I decided, I want to recruit this kid. I really want him on the team. I was there at that. Hold on. Listen. This whole thing that we pressured him to drink. One of my earliest memories of Turner was me and his DMs like, yo, do you want to play Fortnite? Again, when he was a nobody and I was doing my thing, and obviously he jumped at any opportunity to play with me. We got along, we vibed out, and he was obviously down to play with me. One of my earliest memories is him coming back home after being on a boat all day. His words, not mine, and he was cocked. He was drinking all day on a boat. So this was far before we ever met him. Turner's drank far before that we got together with him, and he was never pressured to drink.
I love you, Tfue, but this is the part where I'm like, okay, this is BS.
Listen, dude, that's the thing. I don't know what the if Turner knowingly is saying all this and putting this out into the public, then it's a serious problem.
Well, I did reach out to Tfue, and I asked him for confirmation if the lawsuit was legit and real and all this was real, and he just basically said, yeah, well, he gave me the emoji okay sign, like, oh yeah, okay, like it's real, but I don't know if that's a statement.
I mean, then I'm gonna regardless. I'm gonna make an in-depth video on my relationship with Turner, on how we met, on what the he did for this kid in depth, on what FaZe Clan. I mean, because I am FaZe Clan, did for this kid. Listen, all we've ever done for.
So you
Turner,
feel betrayed?
Absolutely. I mean, if that's the truth, I don't want to listen. I probably should have done a little bit more research before I came in here, honestly.
Yeah.
But if that's the truth, then there's a serious problem. I mean, listen, his current girlfriend, Corinna, he met her at a party at the houses, right? And I know for a fact he was drinking. He wasn't pressured into doing that. He wasn't coerced into doing that. Like, what the is that?
That's the part that makes me laugh.
Listen,
because
there's another thing too in there that I saw. I had a quick glance at about like stunts, and like we pressured or we forced him into doing stunts, which he was injured from. First of all, I don't remember Tfue ever being fucking injured ever. I actually remember specifically me telling him, "Yo, dude, be careful. We can't lose those hands. Like we can't like you don't."
Well, everybody knows that before FaZe Clan, Tfue was jumping off of bridges and doing stunts.
Shit,
yeah, everyone
cool,
knows that.
Everybody thought it was cool. One of the first things he wanted to do when he landed here in LA, we walked up to the Hollywood Reservoir and he jumped off. And if anything, dude, the truth is, Turner fucking pressured everybody else to do it. He's like, come on, don't be a pussy. Whatever, which is cool. It's just boys being boys. Like, we're all friends. It has nothing to do with business or his FaZe contract or anything like that. Listen, this is just leverage for Turner to get out of his contract, which is fucking sad. Okay, this could have been handled so much differently. I have so much more to say, but in closing, this is complete bullshit. Honestly, I'm so hurt by this. Like,
I'm telling you, today I've been on a roller coaster because obviously, I'm friends with Tfue, I'm friends with you, and when I heard this, I'm like, I cannot believe, FaZe Clan would do this. Listen,
the truth is, I saw something super special in Tfue, okay? This was around the era of Myth and Ninja being like the absolute definitive number 1 and 2 in the space.
Right.
They got the most views. They were looked at as the best players. And I would watch their streams and I would compare them to the kid who was getting 100 viewers. And I played with this kid. I wanted to play with him. I liked him. I personally was attracted to this kid, and I f***ed with him all around. And I decided consciously that I was gonna help this kid out. I hit up Cloak when 72 Hours left the team. There was an open spot on our pro team, and I asked Cloak. Now this is the duo, right? Like, this is the duo. To this day, everyone's watching. They just had a quarter. Like, it makes me happy and it makes me smile because it's so incredible. But like, now this is happening, so it's like, what?
Like, you hooked Cloaksy and Tfue together.
250,000 people are watching these people yesterday, and I made that happen. You can ask them that. I am the person who made that happen. I hit up Cloak, and I said, yo, I don't normally do this. You're the captain of the team. I know you're looking for the 4th player. I know you're looking to replace Tom, whatever. You gotta promise me you will run some games with this Tfue kid. You have to. Just scrim with him for a few days. That's all I ask. That's all I ask you to do. And you know what Cloak's initial response was? That kid's garbage. He doesn't know how to build, and that's not who we want to pick up. That's what his response was to me.
So you went in and pressured him.
He did not want to play with Tfue. He wanted nothing to do with it, but he did anyways because I asked him to. And they vibed the fuck out, and Turner turned out to be the best kid on the team, right?
Wow.
So it's like, dude, what? Not to mention that, dude, you know how this shit works. The snowball effect, adding on, fueling the fire, kind of what's happening right now on Twitter against, like, Not
Well,
my
I can just say this. I mean, if Cloaksy and Tfue were never in FaZe Clan, I never would have invited them to Friday Fortnite.
That's another thing I was gonna ask. Keem, who the added those people to the chat? Who introduced those people to Friday Fortnite?
You did.
Thank you. I mean, you're sitting right here. You're the guy who put it together. You're the guy who made the final say on these kids were nobodies, and I asked you as a favor to let these kids in. And what did I tell you too? I told you these kids are the best. Yep. These kids are gonna fucking win. Give them a chance and they'll win, and they did. And you and I both know what that did for both of them.
Right.
The Friday Fortnite thing was the event of the week. Like that was what the World Cup is now. That was what that was, and it created a lot of people's careers. A lot of the main like big guys, the Nick Mercs and the you know what I mean. Like there were so many people whose careers were catapulted.
So just to 100%, but just to kind of round this up, because now we're going into storytelling and everything. Does this?
It just sucks, man. It hurts.
I know, but there's no way that this can there's not going to be peace. This is too far. Like, I know you said that the reason why he did this is to get out of the contract, and I think that's going to happen. Like, Tfue is not going to be in FaZe. Like, how can you guys fix this after this point?
I mean, that's a thought that bothers me. I don't like to think about that because, like I said, I've put a lot into this, and I can love the kid, and I think that we could have taken over the world together, and we talked about it a lot. And yeah, you're right. I did ask him to move into the house, and I did teach him how to do Instagram, and I have a chat log on Twitter.
And made him do Jaeger bombs?
Hold on. No, dude, it's not even. That part isn't even funny. Like it's
I'm
really
sorry.
not.
I had to make a joke.
It's really starting to hit me. Like you're like, I have miles and miles worth of a DM thread with a thumbnail designer and an editor with Tfue, and I taught him how to do the YouTube stuff. Like I put so much into this fucking kid, and I've been nothing but a friend of this kid. And I know that I'm the last person in the world that he's trying to hurt with this. I know that it has nothing to do with me and everything to do with how the company operates.
Yeah.
But like this is, it's just not right. It's not cool. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen,
I probably did a horrible job. I mean, the facts of the matter is, like, we've collected $60,000 from him. So anybody running around is collecting sub money, this and that, it's not true. That stuff is just not true. It's a complete lie. So that's really the only thing that really matters are the facts, and that's what the fact is.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to leave it there. Guys, if you enjoyed this interview and you're glad that we jumped right on it right away, slap a like on it. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe to keep up to date with all the news going on in the community, because as soon as I get the scoop, I'm going to keep you in the loop. Drama Alert Nation, now over 5 million subscribers. Good interview.